Oh, hi there. So, yes, this is a breaking news. North Korea has launched their nuclear test on their ballistic missile. Everyone is shocked, especially the international community. Military strategists, political correspondents, geopolitical scholars, and even Boon. The main thing is, the neighboring countries, especially China and Japan, are the earliest country to respond to the recent activities in North Korea. So before that, we are going to the footage of the missile test and how Kim Jong Un likes it. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Come on, clap with me. Let's make North Korea great again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This can make North Korea to be one of the greatest superpower in the world.
Yes.
Hell North Korea!
Hell North Korea, sir.
Come on, follow me! Hell North Korea! Hell North Korea!
What's that? Who the hell did he thinks? Naruto? In North Korea? Really? By the way, that's the footage that has been released by North Korean government. Next, we're going to Japan, where the Prime Minister is holding a special surprise meeting right after the test.
Konnichiwa, good evening, and ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. So today we gather in this room to discuss about the launching at nuclear by North Korea. So I'm as a president of Japan. I feel that Japan is under attack and facing security dilemma. So how should we do and what action that we need to do? Any suggestion?
This nuclear development by North Korea recently, as said by the Prime Minister just now, is really threatening to our countries. So I think it is best for us to have to put more efforts to encounter this problem. Maybe we can have more joint alliance with other country to support our effort. Okay.
Yeah, yes, I totally agree with it. In order for us to maintain our security and to ensure our survivability in this world, we need to do something about this. We cannot just sit down and watch North Korea doing what they're doing now. That's all.
Thank you for your statement today. With that, I think we need to do further discussion regarding this issue. I strongly agree and believe that we need to solve this issue immediately.
For your information, the missile that has been launched in North Korea has fallen into Sea of Japan, which is within the Japanese waters. And then, Japan are going to seek to their allies over to solve this issue. However, in China, we are unable to get their reactions, but throughout in this video, there will be some scholars and even people are going to talk based on China's perspective over this issue. Kim Jong Un has held a special meeting, which I believe that is going to tell the world about their military capabilities. So let's go to the speech then, shall we?
Good morning, everybody. Hello. My name is Kim Jong Un. I am the supreme leader of North Korea. As you guys know, we are great in our military. We have a great military equipment. We have naval, we have ships, we have Air Force that really good. We do have ground-based military equipment. We have tank, and the fourth out of fifth of our people working in army. Does not include the nuclear weapon that we have. We are so good in our nuclear. We have launched a lot of missiles, even though we have been pressured by the international world. We don't care about that. What we want to do is to have a great nuclear capability in the world. Can fight with the US, can fight with other countries. Right now, our focus is to focus on the internal diplomacy, to protect our people. What we're gonna do is, we're using the coercive diplomacy, whereby we're gonna push people to follow what we want to do. This is our target, this is my target, this is our mission to make North Korea being success, the most successful country, the greatest superpower in the world. Thank you. Peace to the North Korean people. Goodbye. Hail North Korea! Hail North Korea! Hail North Korea!
What the? Who the hell is this guy? He has the guts to do the acting next to the supreme leader. Hey! But then from the speech we can conclude that Kim Jong Un and North Korea are prepared and ready to defend and attack to the countries that provokes them, thus creating another security dilemma for other countries, especially the neighboring countries, especially Japan and China. So we have a crew in Kota Samarahan where they are going to ask and interview some people about this issue.
Okay, Amshad, thank you. So I'm in Malaysia right now. So we're going to ask some few students about the North Korean having a nuclear weapon and about their opinion on such. Is it dangerous for other people that North Korea now have nuclear weapons? So we're going to go to one place that has a lot of university students on a Sunday. So here it is, Kais, should we say? We're gonna go inside and get some students and find some Chinese student also to get to ask them this kind of question. Okay. So let's go and get our first student. Can you use that one? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Don't make too close.
Huh? Okay. Okay, I have a few questions for you, sir.
Yeah.
Do you know Kim Jong Un?
Who's that?
Oh, it's okay. Let's go now.
Who's this guy? Hey, who's this guy? Don't know him.
Hey, you don't know him? Do you know Kim Jong Un?
Are you a student of... Hey!
Can I interview?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you about opinions. What are your opinions on North Korea nuclear proliferation?
North Korea?
Yeah.
You mean Kim Jong Un?
Yeah, Kim Jong Un.
As a Japanese, I actually feel like I don't feel afraid at all about the North Korea because I believe that Japan can do much better. I think because recently I heard that Japan is actually enhancing its nuclear capability and all the military capability. So I think Japan is going to be okay. But for North Korea, we are not afraid at all. Bye bye. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Do you have some time for us?
Yes, of
Nice.
course.
Do you know that North Korea now have a nuclear weapon?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think about this? Is it good or bad for North Korea to have a nuclear weapon?
I think nuclear weapon is have a positive and negative wings. And negative ways is it can be a weapon to counter the other country and kill many people. But in positive ways is it can generate electricity to his country.
I see.
This
Thank you.
is my opinion.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So, explain number 2. Hello, miss. Do you have time for us?
Yes.
Okay.
So why?
We would like to ask some questions. Let's come. Have a seat. We'll see.
Thank you.
So, do you know now that North Korea have a nuclear weapon?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. What do you think about this issue? Is it bad for North Korea to have nuclear weapon, or is it good for them to have nuclear weapon?
In my point of view,
Yes, in your point.
alright. So I think it's okay for them to develop the nuclear power, but then as long as it does not violate the nuclear proliferation, I think it's okay. But then we have to look at another perspective. Maybe they have their own reason why they want to develop the nuclear weapon. Yeah, is it in a good way or vice versa? So I think it depends on them.
Thank you. It's a very knowledgeable thing to do. Thank you for your time.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Now we found 2 Malaysians. Let's find some Chinese people. I think she's from China. She might be Chinese. Do you have some time for us?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. We would like to ask you a few questions, a few simple questions. Are you from China?
Yeah.
Oh, my intuition is correct. So, do you know that North Korea now have nuclear weapon?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. What do you think it's going to? Is it good for China that North Korea now have a nuclear weapon? Are you scared?
For me, I will support every China decision because I think every action from our government they have a good intention about it, and I don't want any more refugee from North Korea because I don't want they take our job because if the North Korea regime collapse. So that's all I think.
Oh, that's all. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time. Okay, you can have this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So now that's from China. I think that's all.
Okay then, never mind. So, people has their own views and opinions about this issue, and then what I can say is mostly agree that the issue are creating a negative situation in the region. Now, there are 3 experts, which is government officials and scholars, who are willing to share their own opinions and views of the topic. So, firstly, we are very lucky to have an interview session with one of the North Korean government officials. So, hi EJ.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Okay, so I know that you have very tight schedule, so I'm going to ask very simple questions, which is, what are the North Korean nuclear programs, and then their recent activities in developing the nuclear activities, and lastly, what are the Pyongyang's focus in the weapon developing program?
Alright, so our government are right now developing capability of enriching uranium and producing weapons grade plutonium, which is in 2012 and 2016.
North Korea government has deployed a short and medium range ballistic missiles, and also we have successfully launched a long range rocket. And Pyongyang also has developed a nuclear fuel cycle capability and has both plutonium and enriched uranium programs that are capable of producing fissile material. And in January 2016, our government has conducted our fourth nuclear test to prompt widespread international condemnation. And last September, our regime has successfully built a warhead small enough to fit onto the head of a missile, and also as a warning of our capability to counter any foreign attack. We are currently concentrating on acquiring mustard, phosgene, sarin, and VTAP chemical agents, which approximately 12 facilities where raw materials, precursors, and agents are produced, including 6 major storage depots for chemical weapons. Thank you for your time.
So, thank you, EJ. I hope you're doing fine in your country. And can you send my regards to Kim Jong Un, will you? So, and then we're going to second correspondent who's going to talk based on the Japanese perspective. So, hello Natasha.
Hello. Yes, I'm Shah. Yes.
Okay. So, thank you for spending your time with us. So, the question is, how Japan going to react towards the nuclear development of North Korea?
Okay. Thank you, Arman. For the Japan itself, they use a comprehensive security to protect its own country. Japan wants to protect or secure its own national interests. For example, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is asking another increase in spending on Japan's armed forces budget at 5.17 trillion yen. The request includes purchasing new anti-ballistic missiles, enhancing land-based missiles defense system, and to buy a submarine and a new fighter aircraft. According to post-classical realism explained that Japan's basic security policy as follows. Japan's overall strategic goal is to reduce the intensity of the security dilemma in Northeast Asia. To achieve this goal, Japan maintains its alliance with the United States and its modest and defensive military capabilities. Any other security measures would only intensify the security dilemma surrounding Japan in a self-fulfilling prophecy fashion and generate enormous financial burden on Japanese economy. First, as long as Japan allies with United States, the security dilemma that Japan forces in Northeast Asia remains generally moderate in its intensity, thanks to the alliance deterrent effects and collective security with the United States. The probability of a large-scale military campaign against Japan remains relatively low. At the same time, Japan's ASEAN neighbors should feel more secure now that potential. Second, the size and missions of the Japan's military must be just right so that the spiral intensifications of the security dilemma does not start in Northeast Asia. Therefore, with its modest and defensive military capabilities, coupled with the alliance with the United States, Japan can effectively prevent either of these scenarios from happening while keeping its defense expenditure within a reasonable range for its national economy. I think that's all. Thank you.
So, thank you, Natasha. A very good explanation. So, lastly, we're going to hold special interview with Dr. Ramla, where she's going to talk about this issue based on a Chinese perspective. So, Shafinas.
Thank you, Arman, in the studio. Today we are here with Associate Professor Dr. Ramla. She's from the Northeast Asia Studies. So today we are going to ask her a few questions regarding to the North Korea proliferation from China's perspective. So what do you think about China's responsibility on North Korea proliferation?
Thank you for the question. Well, China indeed is North Korea's strongest ally, but we are also strongly critique North Korea for their September 9 nuclear test. The government also supported the actions that we should impose tougher sanctions towards North Korea, but we are also concerned about our important responsibility to North Korea. We are out of control towards their unpredictable behavior nowadays. One view is that the destabilization of regime collapse in North Korea and chaos along the border should be avoided. Another view is the escalating nuclear program has become the danger to China itself.
So for the second question, how about People's Republic of China objective for national defense purposes?
China will continue close relations with Pyongyang as we share the same socialist political ideologies. We have to assure stability and the status quo of Korean Peninsula because when North Korea faces economic downturn, we will always support them to show our responsibility to the world. We would also increase our influence towards Pyongyang in order to control their behavior by encouraging them to reform their economy. This would maximize PRC leverage by raising the cost of misbehavior.
So, there you go. All of the explanation given by all three scholars based on the three countries' perspective. So, before I conclude this show, so we have a special guest tonight who playing with me all the time on this table. So, Mkhitaryan, what do you know about this North Korean nuclear issue? So, the conclusion is, whatever North Korea did to their nuclear program, they always get attention from international community. Why? Because whatever North Korea do is their security matter to the world, especially neighboring countries, especially Japan and China. Both countries, Japan and China, has their own perspective, security perspective over this issue, and they also taken several security measures to deal and deter any threats from North Korea government. So, that's all from me. Thank you. Goal! Yes, goal!